Hello, hello, hello. My name is Pablo Rasil, and I am the producer and musical arranger for Swingin With The Mouse. Thank you so much for joining us today at our For Your Consideration event for next year's Grammys. We are so honored to be a part of what I'm sure is a fantastic group of musicians and of bands that are also being considered for this. Right now it's a little weird. Times are weird, and we can't get together physically, but through Pixel Playhouse, thanks to Pixel Playhouse and a bunch of the family there, we're able to do this on a stream. So thank you so much for spending your time with us. That last song you heard was Mickey Mouse March. Obviously, we know that from the Mickey Mouse Club. And next up, we have two instrumental numbers. Throughout the night, you're going to be hearing a couple of different guests. You're going to see a couple of different Disney guests introduce our tunes. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Vocal musical performances have been the definitive driving force behind most of our cherished Disney memories, like Circle of Life from The Lion King, and even A Whole New World from Aladdin. This idea is no less true for our first song for Mulan, singing a jazzy take on the song written by Grammy nominees David Zippel and Matthew Wilder. Here is Janaya Mahealani Jones with I'll Make a Man Out of You.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? You're the saddest bunch I'd ever met, and you can bet before we're through, Mister, I'll make a man out of you. Tranquil as a forest, but on fire within. Once you find your center, you are sure to win. You're a spineless, pale, pathetic lot, and you haven't got a clue. Somehow I'll make a man out of you. Must be swift as a coursing river, with all the force of a great typhoon, with all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon. Time is racing toward us till the Huns arrive. Heed my airy order, and you might survive. You're unsuited for the rage of war, so pack up, go home, you're through. How can I make a man out of you? Be a man, you must be swift as a coursing river, with all the force of a great typhoon, with all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon.
At the crossroads of jazz and show tunes, you will find one very strong similarity: the performer's use of music to make a stronger point, to tell a deeper story. And who makes a point better than mothers? Stop chewing on that cord. Here to sing Mother Knows Best by Grammy winners Alan Menken and Glenn Slater from the animated film Tangled, my fellow Disney Mouseketeer, the brilliant Deedee Magno Hall.
Look at you, as fragile as a flower, still a little sapling, just a sprout. You know why we stay up in this tower, that's right, to keep you safe and sound, dear. Guess I always knew this day was coming, knew that soon you'd want to leave the nest. Soon, but not yet, trust me, pet. Mother knows best. Mother knows best. Listen to your mother. It's a scary world out there. Mother knows best. One way or another, something will go wrong, I swear. Ruffians, thugs, poison ivy, quicksand, cannibals and snakes and the plague. Also large bugs, men with pointy teeth, and stop no more, you'll just upset me. Mother's right here, mother will protect you. Darling, here's what I suggest. Skip the drama, stay with mama. Mother knows best. Take it away, boys.
Through the years, Grammy winner and Disney legend Randy Newman has penned music to help listeners understand different aspects of our collective humanity. Whether written about a space ranger, a car, or even sung by a certain jazz-loving alligator, Newman's music leaves no space for misinterpretation. Singing I Will Go Sailing No More from Disney Pixar's Toy Story, here is Emmy Award winner and Disney legend in his own right, Keith David.
Among the stars I sailed, way beyond the moon. In my silver ship I sailed, in a dream that ended too soon. Now I know exactly who I am and what I'm here for. And I will go sailing no more. all the things I thought I'd be, all the brave things I've done, vanished like a snowflake with the rising of the sun. Nevermore to sail my ship when no man has gone before. And I will go sailing no more. But no, this can't be true. I can fly if I wanted to, like a bird in the sky. If I believe I could fly, why, I'd fly. Clearly I will go sailing no more.
The band featured on Swingin' With The Mouse consists of 6 people. Nathan King on woodwinds, Ryan DeWeese on trumpet and flugelhorn, Ramsey Hampton on trombone, Michael Sobey on piano, Blake Estrada on bass, and Jay Tibbetts on drums. Each of these exceptional musicians bring a seasoned understanding of both the source material and the varied intricacies of each style represented on the album. Their collective knowledge makes for the exciting and refreshing end product. To capture the magic, producer Pablo Rasil worked closely with master engineer Nolan Shahid. In just 2 short months, Swingin' With The Mouse was arranged, recorded, and released. This quick turnaround would not have been possible without the flawless execution from these vital members of the Swingin' family.
I got myself a notion, one I think that you'll understand, to set the world in motion by reaching out for each other's hand. Maybe we'll discover what we should have known all along. One way or another, together's where we both belong. If we listen to each other's hearts, we'll find we're never too far apart. And maybe love is the reason why, for the first time ever, we're seeing it eye to eye. If a wall should come between us, too high to climb, too hard to break through, I know that love will lead us and find a way to bring me to you. So don't be in a hurry, think before you count us out. Oh, you don't have to worry, I will never let you down. If we listen to each other's hearts, we'll find we're never too far apart. And maybe love is the reason why, for the first time ever, we're seeing it eye to eye. If you're ever lonely, stop! You don't have to be. 'Cause after all, it's only a beat away from you and me. Yeah, yeah. If we listen to each other's hearts, we'll find we're never too far apart. And maybe love is the reason why, for the first time ever, we're seeing it eye to eye. For the first time ever, we're seeing it eye to eye.
Musicals, much like jazz, have been an integral part of the American arts culture for over 100 years. In 2000, Disney Theatricals debuted Aida, featuring music by the Grammy-winning team of Sir Elton John and Sir Tim Rice. With my own love and passion for musicals in mind, it is my honor to introduce fellow thespian Emma Hunton singing My Strongest Suit from Aida.
In life, one has to face a huge assortment of nauseating fads and good advice. There's health, fitness, diet, and deportment, and other pointless forms of sacrifice. Conversation, wit, I am a doubter. Manners, charm, they're no way to impress. So forget the inner me, observe the outer. I am what I wear and how I dress. Oh, now I believe in looking like my time on earth is cooking, whether polka-dotted, striped, or even checked, with some glamour guaranteeing every fiber of my being is displayed to quite remarkable effect. From your cradle via trousseau to your deathbed, you're on view. So never Staying in or heading townwards, from the top and working downwards. I ensure that every stitch is stitched in time. Whether wig or hat or turban, whether clad boudoir or urban, not to strut your stuff outrageously is a crime. And the few who are invited to my wardrobe, I'm delighted as they wander through my things to find a mood that in negligee or formal, I am anything but normal. For dress has always been my strongest suit. So bring me all my finest, most audacious, my divinest, most revealing, most expensive and taboo. Most revealing, most expensive, most arrested, most unstopping. Trust has always been my strongest suit. I am what I wear and how I dress.
Deville, Cruella Deville, doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. To see her is to take a sudden chill. Cruella, Cruella Deville, love her lip, the ice in her stare. Innocent children, you better beware. She's like a spider waiting for the kill. Look out for Cruella Deville. At first you think Cruella is the devil. After time has worn away the shock, you come to realize you've seen her kind of eyes watching you from underneath the rock. Fire bat, this inhuman beast, she had to be locked up and never released. The world was such a wholesome place until Cruella, Cruella Deville. But tweet, 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 Cruella Deville. At first you think Cruella is the devil. After time has worn away the shock, you come to realize you've seen her kind of eyes watching you from underneath a rack. Wow, this vampire bat, you can kill with me. She better be locked up and never released. The world was such a wholesome place until Cruella, Cruella Deville. I'm talking about Cruella, not that Princess Cinderella or that little Mickey fella. I said I'm talking about Cruella Deville.
What's up, everybody? It's me again, Pablo Rosil, live. Thank you so much for sticking around for these tunes It was such an honor to bring this music that's beloved by us and by many more in the world to a new place. Jazz has always, it's always been a part of my heart, and Disney, as many of us have experienced in our lifetime, has been a big part of me. So bringing them together was a no-brainer. It was a great project to work on, and I was very fortunate to work with a lot of great people. So now I'm going to take a couple questions so that we can get to know the project a little better. Awesome. Let me read here. Sorry. This is live. Hello, hello. Great. So first question is from Lolo Frosty. Hello, Lolo Frosty. Thanks for checking in. What is your favorite Disney jazz song? That's a hard one. I'm gonna cheat, and I'm just gonna say anything that Randy Newman writes. My favorite Disney movie is Princess and the Frog, and that whole score is something else. That man is a genius, and a lot of his music is inspired by jazz subgenres and styles. You've Got a Friend in Me, you can hear it in there, Monsters Inc., Princess and the Frog, obviously. So I'm gonna have to cheat and say the whole score of Princess and the Frog. Next question is from, let's see, Kid Director 10 asks, have you ever jazzed a Disney park song? Imagine Space Mountain, but jazz. I do imagine. Michael Giacchino, that would be an awesome one to do. I've always wanted to do it. Disney parks I really don't do, not because I don't want to, but because I think I'm so focused on grabbing from films that we very rarely hear about. As you heard throughout the night tonight, there are a lot of songs that you may have been like, oh, I saw that once, or I saw it on Disney Plus last week for the first time. But as you heard, the opening of the second half was One Little Spark, which is a song from the parks, but from Florida. So yes, I love Disney park songs. The Sherman Brothers, of course, are geniuses, and I look forward to doing more of that music as well. Let's see. What inspired you, Pablo, to start making jazz covers of music? What inspired me? So I went to college for jazz trumpet first. I graduated in musical theater after all, but jazz trumpet, and I played in the Latin jazz band. I played in the all the jazz bands available to us at school, and that sort of influenced me to, after getting my musical theater degree, find a path in jazz. Excuse me, this is live. Find a path in jazz, and I think it was about 5 years ago that my friend Kanya and I put together a show at the Rockwell Table and Stage in LA, which is where we filmed these videos. And after we did one show, and then she departed the idea of us continuing, and I kept going, and I kept working with really cool jazz, like smart jazz people. Richard Barrett, who was one of my teachers in school, is fantastic jazz pianist. Michael Sobey, who you hear on the album, who you saw on piano tonight, and who is sort of my partner in getting this musically ready for recording. He's a fantastic jazz musician as well. So I found these people that were great at this and sort of took from them. I learned from doing. I didn't go to school for jazz arrangement or anything. I learned just from doing it all the time. Let's see here. When did the project start, and how did you get it to the album phase? Great question. The project actually started 2016, as I said. Our first show was Swungheim, which was a Sondheim jazz show. It was great, and that was actually piano, bass, and drums. at that point, and up until recently, we had just been writing lead sheets, which is, you know, you have an idea, the basic idea, and you write it down on paper, and all the musicians could read off of that lead sheet, and they add their flavors to it. For this album, actually, we wrote out every note that you hear, or most notes that you hear on the album. There was a lot more work put behind the arrangements and the thoughts behind each song. The album itself, I didn't start thinking about it until 2 months into quarantine, actually, which I know seems like a very quick turnaround, but we had a lot of time. So I, after the bug bit, after I decided like, this is what I'm gonna do, I started calling everybody, you wanna do this project, you wanna work on this, are we comfortable finding a place that allows us to like socially distant and safely do this album? And everybody was like, yeah, let's do it, let's go. So I got my band together, piano, Michael Sobey, bass, Blake Estrada, and Jay Tippett on drums. They're my 3 dudes that I've been using for a while. And then I contracted, well, my friend Luke Carlson, who's also a fantastic band leader and singer himself, helped me contract the other 3 musicians that this album could not, you know, be without. Ryan DeWeese on trumpet, Ramsey Hampton on trombone, and Nathan King on woodwinds. So this all came together very, very quickly, and because of the love that we all have for both Disney and jazz. Everybody that is on this album has in some way been affiliated with Disney. And jazz is just, you know, it's in a lot of people's hearts, especially musicians. So it was very easy to put this together quickly, and it was such an honor to bring it together. Let's see. A couple more questions here. Are there any songs you wouldn't want to jazz up? That's a good question. I know I've come across certain songs in other avenues or other genres that I don't want to switch over because it doesn't make sense. In choosing the music for this album, I made sure that the songs were taken out of their scores, rearranged, but that they could still, in their new form, fit within the story that is being told. You know, the song that Mr. Keith David sings from Toy Story, I feel like if we put our version into the movie, yeah, it's not going to be the same style as the rest of the score, but the sentiment and the emotion that the character's trying to emote, to put out there, is still available through our version. So my intention is always to represent both the intention of the original writers and also honoring like different genres of jazz. That's a long way of saying there are some that I would not do. An example, I can't give you one off the top of my head, but shoot me a message later. Great. Give me 1 second. Let me find another question here. I hope you guys are enjoying this, by the way. Q&A is fine, but I hope you guys enjoyed the music and the experience of all of the Disney magic that is so lacking in our entertainment outside of Disney Plus today. All right, oh, last question, and this is a good bridge into my next bit of information that I'll be sharing. What's next after this? Actor Freak 1791 asks, what's next after this? Do you have any more albums in the works? Any more special guests? Thank you, Actor Freak 1791. Yes, there is stuff in the works. I do want to go back to the live performances, but until we get there, we are just drilling away at some new projects that we will be sharing throughout the year next year. And those are Swingin' with the Music of Broadway in January of 2021 and Swingin' with the Mouse Volume 2 in July 2021. Both of these are being, you know, recorded safely, and as we did with this one, we have special guests for the Broadway one from Broadway, for the Disney one from Disney. I was very fortunate, very fortunate to work with dear friends on this first one, and the album could not have been done without them. Keith David, Deedee Magno Hall, Garrett Clayton, Emma Hunton, Courtney Reed, and myself. I'm my own friend, I guess. But it was an experience like no other. The fact that I got to work with people that I saw on Broadway or I saw growing up in films, you know, it's crazy to me. It's crazy, and I feel so blessed, and I'm so happy that I get to share that little experience in an album form with you. This, you know, it's crazy. And I'm so happy that we are being considered for a couple of Grammys that starting this, it wasn't the intention. And I'm so glad that we got to a point of that, you know, of that conversation. So thank you to everybody who is considering us for that. Yeah, a couple more questions real quick, and then we'll move on to the last song. What is your favorite part of the process? My favorite part of the process is, I don't know, it's new. This is the first album I produce. And it's the first time I arrange for a band like this. It's the first time I'm in a booth vocally. So this is all very new to me. I think the part that excited me the most was getting up on the days like recording day or the one rehearsal we had with the band, knowing that all the work that has led up to this point is now just gonna be shared with other, well, talented people, people that, you know, understand what they're doing. I could only formulate so much on my own. So to give it to these people that interpret so beautifully and so flawlessly is probably the biggest blessing that I see, you know, myself having in this situation. How did you differentiate your arrangements from other Disney jazz versions? Good question. I actually am a humongous fan of Everybody Wants to Be a Cat, Volume 1, which was an album in 2011 that Disney put out. And that one had a bunch of jazz stars, Grammy winners and Grammy nominees in the jazz world doing Disney songs. So that heavily inspired me, but I chose not to copy and paste, you know? I have my own style. Sometimes it's a little basic, sometimes it's a little out there, but I know that I have my style, and putting that on paper and letting somebody else read it and infuse it with their style sort of makes the arrangements like their own thing, you know? Yeah. I am working on a volume 2. Once COVID allows, will you be returning to NYC for a concert? Once COVID allows, I'll be anywhere. I'll go anywhere. I think this is ready to be seen by more cities than just LA and New York. I've been so blessed. It was born at Rockwell Table and Stage in LA, which is open right now. You guys should go check it out. Not the theater, but the patio for dining. But it was born at Rockwell Table and Stage all those years ago. And it really flourished in New York at Feinstein's 54 Below. And I thank them so much for having us. It gave me the courage to push forward and, you know, record an album with all these fantastic people. So again, that's the end of our Q&A section. I want to thank you so much for being with us today. I'm sorry we couldn't do this live, but here we are. Thank you to Pixel Playhouse. Thank you to all the musicians and all the designers involved in this, to all the voters who are considering and who have sat through 10 minutes of me talking. Thank you so much. We're gonna play one more song, which is on the album. And then after that, we're gonna give you a little sneak peek into Swingin With The Mouse, Volume 2. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Mwah.